Hello, good morning, and welcome to this taste challenge. We have two American brandies, North American brandies, sorry, North American brandies. Two of them, sorry about that. Both of them are 40% alcohol, so we have two of them at 40%. This is Presidente, introduced in 1973. Trying to see who's out there. That's a huge box. By Pedro Domecq, House of Pedro Domecq, the company that started doing brandy in Spain in 1874. This is the new this is the new 2024 bottle. I was about to say 1924. You see, it's got that embossed Pedro Domecq thing on there. It says on the back, Pedro Domecq. It says all Mexican grapes, all grape. It's 100% grape. There's no additives. Well, they might have coloring and flavoring, but you know what I mean. No, I've seen some of these really cheap brandies, so-called. It would say brandy with grain neutral spirits, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna buy that, and I didn't. I was like, no, I'll go low, but I won't go that low. I made that mistake with that stinking rotten rum. Never thought I'd get rid of that atrocity. So this is probably the best-selling brand of brandy from Mexico. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that the number one Mexican brandy is Presidente. But like I said, I'm not sure. I'm just pretty sure. So they're showing the thing on the back about the grapes. See, 100% Mexican grapes. And I got a deal on it. Oh, my glasses are dirty. I got a deal on this. It was $12.99 for that bottle. $12.99. I really apologize. I had a bad smudge on my glasses. I think it was affecting the way I could see things. I couldn't see clearly. It was like I had what you call that? Glaucoma, not glaucoma. Those. My friend told me that he couldn't come over. He wanted to go to a game one afternoon, but he was scared to drive home at night. Because you couldn't see with that. All right, but anyway, whatever they call it, cataracts. Yeah, cataracts. All right, blockage. All right, 1889 Royal Brandy. So it's called 1889 Royal Brandy VS. Now, I did some research, and it said that the copyright was acquired by Heaven Hill in 2016. Brandy with natural flavor and caramel color. Now, I got to give them credit. Heaven Hill does put out some really cheap products, but I mean, you know, low grade, low brow, if you want to call it that. But they will tell you usually, it looks like they'll tell you when they add caramel color or flavor, and they just say it right on the thing. But it looks like this is a reimagining, if you want to call it. It's really a brand that does look like it goes back to 1915, but it had a slightly different name perhaps, but basically was Royal Brandy. 1889 Royal Brandy. And I think it has something to do with a company that used to be called Old 1889, and they made an old 1889 bourbon, something like that. And but you know, they disappeared. The brand is still around. You might see it here or there on the shelf. I saw a lot of photos for old 1889 straight bourbon. So it's probably something like that. And their insignia is RB. RB. It says right there, RB. Yeah, Royal Brandy. This was when I bought it, it was $18.99 for the handle at Total Wine and More. The price has gone up quite a bit. But when I bought it, now you can still get the $7.50 for like $9.99, which is good. But it's not, I don't think it's a good product, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's too vanilla. It's like they want to add a little vanilla flavor to smooth it out or cover up some, to mask some nastiness. But it was almost like somebody was getting ready to quit the place. And one day he said, let's put in the whole canister instead of that little bit. Because, golly, this does not taste like a brandy should taste. And look how much I have left. Oh, man, what a joke. Only thing is, it's not a joke. It's the truth. Wish it was a joke. No, it's dark because it's got caramel color added. Now, adding caramel color, that's not anything unusual or strange for liquor, but some people take issue with it. I would rather the natural color, yeah, of course, but that's not what we're getting here. So will you see this around? You might. And I noticed the 1889 is in brown. It's not black. It's brown. It's cream color, red, and brown, and gold. Cream, red, gold, and brown. Okay, that's the colors. Cream, red, gold, and brown. It's an okay label. On the Total Wine and More website, they have it listed as a Spirits Direct, which people say is their private label. But the funny thing about it, if you look at the website I'm about to share with you, they have it listed as their brand. Of course, on the other hand, it could be a deal where they only sell it to Aldi, not Aldi, Total Wine and More. Similar type concept in a way. Got that pretty close. Not quite, but close. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That should even it out. Mr. R says, morning, how's the taste challenge going? Well, it just started. The video just started, and I had to go clean my glasses off. I had a smudge, and I couldn't see properly. It's going all right. Nothing's happened yet. I'll do a screen share and show you what I mean. So if you go to Heaven Hill, they have their brands where it says brands here, but they don't list but a few, just their big ones like Evan Williams and Christian Brothers Brandy. But then if you go to the section that says product specifications, this was last updated on February 1st of this year. You pick American whiskey, blended whiskey, bourbon, brandy, Canadian whiskey, cognac, cordial, creme, eggnog, cream, eggnog, creme, eggnog, gin, OTWKY, I don't know what that is. Part product family. I don't know what those are. I'll have to look that up. Prepared cocktails, rum, scotch, tequila, vodka, wine, dessert, ZZ. I don't know what ZZ is. Okay, we'll have to check that out. So I clicked on brandy. And on brandy, they give you these choices. Christian Brothers, Coronet, Babbitt, Sacred Bond, and then just brandy by itself. So I hit brandy, and this is what comes up. This is their brandies that I prefer not to talk about. 1889 Royal with natural flavors, distilled spirit specialty, DSS, distilled spirit specialty. 80 proof, 1.75 liter bottle, 750 milliliter bottle, and that's it. And I've seen both of those sizes at Total Wine and More. Aristocrat, Distilled spirit specialty. Aristocrat brandy, 80 proof, 1.75, 1 liter, 750. Aristocrat reserves. I don't know what that is, but it's only 60. So it must be a liqueur. 60 proof, 30%. Yeah, some kind of. It's probably flavors. DeVille, 80 proof, 750 and a handle. DeVille. Never seen DeVille. So you see what I'm saying? Now let's look over here. What are these things? Just real fast. OTWKY. Nah, nothing's coming up. That must be some kind of. Oh, well. OTWKY. Other than whiskey. Other. I don't know. If you know what that means. Bren Estate, 80 proof, and Bren 10 vintage 2011 whiskey, 96 proof. Oh, yikes. 700 milliliters. I bet that's for export. Bren Estate whiskey. Oh, man. Something whiskey, Kentucky. Part product family. Part product family. That could just be a holding area. They're going to add something new. There's nothing comes up. That's a dead area. ZZ. What is that? Like she's got legs or something? See, water trial, CB, cathedral, package. Non-alcoholic. Okay. Oh, must be some non-alcoholic whiskey type products. Christian Brothers Cathedral and Larceny. Well, water trial. Trial, see? Oh, man. You can find out, huh? Believe me, this is not going to be any kind of taste challenge. Ain't no way I'm going to confuse this legitimate product with this illegitimate product. And I say that because they went berserk with the vanilla. I don't care if they add a little vanilla. They're allowed to do it. I mean, I don't think they should do it, but they're allowed, okay, you tweak it. But then to go make it taste like vanilla ice cream or just vanilla extract, it's a joke. Ooh. That's got to be Presidente because I'm getting oak and I'm getting the grape leaves. And here I'm getting, what am I getting? Yeah, vanilla and grape raisins. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Ha 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 ha. You kidding, right? You made me pay $18.99 for this. Now, some people are going to say, what's wrong? You don't like vanilla? You got a problem with vanilla? I do like vanilla, and I don't have a problem with vanilla. But this is a very important but. But if I'm drinking brandy, I would like it to taste like wine derivative instead of a vanilla extract. Just saying, it's like craziness. They should call it 1889 vanilla flavor brandy is what they ought to call it. I mean, it's nutty, and I don't mean it tastes like nuts. It's nutty like it's crazy in the head. Nutty professor. I know why they added that vanilla because the undertaste is pure alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. So the under flavor is the alcohol. It's like 40%. And it screams, alcohol. It just screams it. Doctor's office, you cut your leg, you're there waiting for him to come stitch it up. And the whole office and down the hall smell like the antiseptic and the alcohol. And that's what that smells like. But then you got some Airwick or some Febreze. You got Febreze or Airwick vanilla, and you sprayed it in the room, and you say, ah, vanilla. It doesn't smell like the doctor's office. This is craziness. And I know it's the 1889 very smooth. Oh, it's very smooth, very special. No, what it really means is very standard. VS, age 2 to 4 years. And I bet you in this case, it's 2 years and not a day longer. 2 years and not a day longer. Do I hate it? No, I don't hate it. Do I like it? Let's not go too far. I mean, it's all right. If you just got some kind of great urge or sickness to drink, well, let's not even go there. Wow, it's really starting to show that alcohol. Oh man, it's screaming that. Oh, it's making me want to buy Hartley though, y'all. You know why it's making me want to buy Hartley? Because I've said some nasty things about Hartley, Sazerac's super cheap brand, and I believe those statements were justified. But I could get Hartley for $8.99. Hartley VSOP, not the VS, the VSOP. They got rid of the VS. I hadn't seen the VS in 10 years. I guess they wised up and said, this stuff's really terrible. Let's just make the middle grade our only grade. Let's just make the middle grade, the VSOP, and forget the VS. We've gagged enough people. Okay. And then they still have the flavors. Now, if I go to Winn-Dixie, they're going to have the apple, the pineapple, and some others, which I've never tried. They might be good. I don't know. But $8.99, that's a special they're running, they said, through April. Yeah, I could probably manage to go pay, $8.99. And I'd like to see how it matches up with this thing here. I think the Hartley is negative as I've been towards it. And like I said, justified. I believe it's justified. I think it will kill this. I just think it will win. Now, I did see some old photos, probably like it's not made anymore, of Hartley Bottled and Bond brandy, bottled and bond. But these bottles look like they were from the 1950s, so I bet you they haven't made that in so long. Now, Hartley started in the 40s during World War II. Strange. From Italy? It's Italian brandy. It's like, wasn't there a war going on? But maybe between the air raids, they were like, Duck, run to the cellar. And then they come back up. So anyway, we were talking about making this brandy for America's market, and let's look into it and see how we can develop it. I think it was Seagram's that started, and they sold it to Sazerac. And then when the American troops took over the area, they said, thank you, you arrived to save Italy. Would you like this brandy that we're going to sell to your country? Well, we have brandy already. Yes, but this will be extremely cheap. Oh, well, okay. I don't know. I'm just thinking of the scenario. It's bizarre. Oh, this is more like what brandy's supposed to taste like. And it's not even that good of a brandy. It tastes like the grape leaves, the golden I keep saying golden raisins. Maybe it's the purple, but I guess it's golden raisins. And it's so oaky. Oh, I don't know. You might find it funny. You might find it bad, like because of the wood. You might say, oh, what you want me to drink? Solid oak wood barrels? I don't want you to do that. But it does taste so oaky. And I think that's from the Solara method. And I talked about that in other videos, how they stack the barrels 10 high. In the bottom barrel, they pour brandy, unaged brandy in it, which is just grappa, you know what I'm saying, that the raw material. And they might seal it up for a year. And then in a year, they go to the second barrel and pour brandy in and pour some of that into the first. Obviously, you'd have to leave space in the first barrel if you're going to keep filling it. So then they go third year, pour brandy in the third, drop it to the second, drop some to the first, and then the fourth, to the third, second, first. And they keep going. Well, after 10 years, you got a pretty complex product there at the bottom barrel. You say, well, you can't call it a 10-year brandy because the youngest could be very young. Oh, less than 10. That's right. And it might take 20 years to get all the way through. But so you don't call it anything. You just call it Solera method. You don't give an age statement. You don't have to put an age statement. And it's got that heavy oak, which I'm becoming more and more a fan of with this Presidente. The Presidente, I was like mixed feelings about it at first, although mostly favorable, I have to admit. But I'm really starting to become a fan of it because of that the grape leaves and the oak. Mm-hmm. So I think I will make an effort to get the Hartley VSOP to do a revisit, and then we can go through it. And let's see how it stacks up against that whole array of brandies that I have. Because, I mean, to be fair, Hartley is out there. It does sell like crazy around here. Now, Louisiana is a poor state relative to the other 50. Well, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, we have like a lower standard of living income, whatever. I mean, of course, there are very wealthy people live here, but you know what I'm saying. So, products that are low priced tend to sell well. They tend to sell well here. Yeah. Then, of course, you might say, what about Paul Masson? What about Christian Brothers? What about doggone E&J? You hadn't done those in a long time. That's true. So I could trap myself where people are calling for those other ones. And then I'd be like, well, you got me there. I guess I could bring those back in. But then it's like I'm never getting out of it. I wanted to try some other ones, some other really good cognacs like Remy Martin. I would like to try the Courvoisier VSOP, and also I would kind of like to get away from that. I might just do the Hartley and just say, oh, well, we'll see about that, and just move on to the higher grades, and then we'll see about that part doesn't never happen. I mean, it would theoretically, but in reality, it doesn't happen. All right. Yeah, it's clearly better. And I don't think they're adding flavoring. I really don't. I don't think this adds a bit of flavoring. And they're saying 100% grapes. And they're using a Solera method. And I think it really would get that dark. Well, maybe not. That's pretty dark. But after 10 years, 12, 20 years, it might. It might. It says 100% grapes. And I would love it if that was the case. If this was just all grapes, no additives, no coloring, no flavoring, just all grapes. They take Mexican grapes, which the website claims, it's these great Mexican vineyards. It's amazing. Okay, fair enough. And then they ferment those, make a wine base, and then they take the wine, distill it, and then they use that Solera method. Okay, I would love that. It does taste pure in that sense. This thing here, Heaven Hill's like, just put it out. Those old drunks, they won't care. You would hate to think they would say that, but I don't know who's buying this stuff. I don't hate it. But golly gee, do y'all really think you needed to use that much vanilla extract in it? I mean, I can't say it's vanilla extract. I don't know what the natural flavors are. It just says natural flavors. Oh, I'm sorry, flavor, one singular, natural flavor. Okay, I'm even more convinced that it's vanilla. Oh man, this thing is a mess. But if you see it, I mean, if you like exotic and strange products, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have like any shame, you know what I mean? If you're like me, like you will buy it just to see. And if you're not too embarrassed, if your friends see you in the store buying it and you're not gonna be ashamed about it, I mean, what the heck, buy it. I wouldn't give it as a wedding gift, but that might be better to give Remy Martin VSOP as a wedding gift. But if you're at a picnic, yeah, it might work. I don't say a church picnic unless you're Catholic, haha. But anyway, or Eastern Orthodox, but you know what I'm saying, or Lutheran. What am I thinking? Methodist, those guys. All right, anyway, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, oh me. But yeah. It is glass at least. At least it didn't go with plastic. least they had the the class to give it glass. I mean, some of these things in plastic, they are just so non-appealing. Although some of them are pretty good, but it looks nicer in glass. Let's admit. All right. So anyway, not a challenge. Presidente wins so easily. It's not even funny. Ha ha ha! Why are you laughing? And then we're going to go on to well, a product that is similar to Hartley. Can't say it's the same thing, but it is from the same people. It's at the same price point. I don't know, but it's called Hervey. Hervey. And oh wait, before we do the Hervey, we better do the Classic Club. I still can't find out a copyright. I'm sorry, trademark date on that thing. That thing is driving me nuts. When was it introduced? It says very clearly trademark, government trade, U.S. Patent Office trademark. Can't find a date. Looked it up. Went straight to the U.S. Patent Office. Can't find a date. It must exist unless they're making it up and just putting it on the label to make me scare you off. And they didn't even bother paying the fee for the trademark. I guess it could do that, and you wouldn't. Well, who in the world is going to call their stuff Classic Club anyway? But I bought it. All right. It's a lot better to me than it's more of a pure brandy, but it's pretty look in its plastic bottle. So we'll do that one. And then we'll go to the Hervey. And I think that's all the brandies. I might have overlooked one, but I don't think I did. And Hervey, you can get handles of it. But I've never seen it in this town. I had to go close to Baton Rouge and find it. Hervey. But there are a lot of not video reviews, a lot of written reviews about it all over the internet. People saying, oh, yeah, I love this stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's only been around 5 years. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.